Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a classic Dragon models release from the early days of 1/6 scale collecting. The Dragon World War II Ukraine 1944 Wehrmacht Sniper Ernst action figure. Released as part of Dragon's World War II series, Ernst depicts a German sniper operating on the Eastern Front during the Ukraine campaign of 1944. This figure has become a highly sought-after collectible among military action figure enthusiasts due to its detailed uniform, rare accessories, and historical presentation. Let's open him up and see how this vintage Dragon release holds up today. So let's get started. Dragon models helped define the modern 1/6 scale military figure market during the late 1990s and early 2000s, and Ernst was one of the early World War II German sniper figures. The figure represents a Wehrmacht sniper operating in Ukraine during 1944 and features a reversible camouflage sniper smock, field uniform, and a sculpt. I can't pronounce this, but it's Gewehr 43 rifle. Collectors often point to the G43 rifle and ZF4 scope combination as one of the standout accessories included in this release. Even by today's standards, the uniform layering and equipment loadout still looks impressive. Taking a closer look at Ernst, we have a classic Dragon head sculpt that captures the rugged appearance of a veteran Eastern Front soldier. So, let's go ahead and get started with the packaging. Here we have World War II Ukraine 1944 Wehrmacht Sniper Ernst. Here it is right here. Here's all the information. Dragon models. It's a collectible item, age over 14, right? The date, copyright 1999. Right, here is, I guess this is where I got it years ago. Here we go. There it is. Here's the information. And here's the bottom of the figure. Here's the side, barcode. Here's the other side showing a detailed image of the figure right in here. And here's the back of the packaging. And here we get to see reversible camouflage smock, camouflage field cap, magazine pouches, and then here is the G43 semi-automatic rifle with ZF4 scope. Right? And here is some other information. And again, we get to open up this figure here, and you have a chance to, if you can read this, I don't know if you can get it any closer, but here is some information on the Wehrmacht Sniper. It's very difficult to read, but you can pause it, and I'll get it closer and scroll so that you can see it. Right there. And here is Ernst, right here. There he is. So let's go ahead and pop him out, and we'll take a closer look at his face sculpt here so that you can see all the goodness of this figure here. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this figure right in here, and we get to see that. Here's the clamshell, right? Remove that. And here he is. Here's the figure. Let me go ahead and remove all the wiring and everything, and then we can get a better look at this figure. Okay, let's go ahead and start checking him out here. Here is his field cap here that he has. Right, you get to look at that really cool camo pattern on it. And it does have a little bit of wear on it. I guess where I had it, it started, the light must have damaged it, or here it is. The heat? I don't know. But here is his bayonet with the sheath right here. To take a closer look at that. Okay. The detail on that. Pretty cool. Pouch here. And I wonder if we can get this to open. No, I'm not even gonna try it. Looks like it does turn and open, but I'm gonna leave it as it is. Super cool item. Here's the magazine. You can see the rounds inside there. Pretty cool. And here is the rifle that we talked about with the scope. Just take a look at the details on this. Look at the wood grain on it, the wood pattern on it. It's just beautiful. Beautiful piece. And let's check it out. Let's see, what do we got here? Yep. It's all there. So this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rifle here. Yeah, I really dig it. Very nice. Okay, that's the accessories. Well, let's go ahead and take a closer look at Ernst here. And here is the head sculpt. Pretty cool. Very nice. This down here does have articulation up and down, right? And just take a look at the smock. The camo pattern on this is great. You get to see the details on the insignias. This, I guess I would tie this smock here. There's his cartridges, pouches right here. He's got more pouches here. He's got a nice belt. See if I can get a closer look at the detail on it here. See if you can see that. And get to see his trousers and his boots. Just check that out. Look at the detail, the strapping on it, the buckles. It's all molded, but it's super cool. And let's take a look at his hands. He's got a trigger hand here, and he's got a gripping hand here, but classic Dragon, the clicking. When the articulation hits, right? You can hear it. We'll do a little T-pose on him. See that? His arms go up. Nice. Right? The wrist articulation is good. Right? And he can bend. Right? Let's see. Yeah. And go this way, motion-wise. His legs go up. His knees. He's got articulation there a little bit. The boots feel real soft. And he can do a semi-split, but you know the trousers won't allow it so much. But here he is. Super cool. Let's put his hat on him. See if we can put the hat on him. There it is. Let me go ahead and set him up, and we'll go from there. The G43 rifle with scope is definitely the centerpiece of this set and remains one of the reasons collectors continue to seek out Ernst today. The inclusion of the scope storage case adds an extra layer of realism that military collectors appreciate. Now, as with most Dragon vintage figures, articulation is solid for display purposes. Well, let's check out how he will display with some of my other figures here. I have here on the ends, here I have two DID figures. This is a DID German figure, and this is a DID Allied American figure here. Here's our figure right here, and here's another Dragon Models figure that I have in my collection. But you can see that they all scale out about the same size. If you were to put a say for instance, here's a, I think this is the Soldiers of the World figure here next to them. You can see here's the Soldiers of the World figure right next to them, and he's about the same size as the rest of them. My regular Joes and Action Man figures are a little bit shorter, but there you have it. This is how he would display with some of the other figures. Whether you're building a Ukraine 1944 display or expanding a World War II German collection, Allied collection, Ernst fits perfectly along with other Dragon military releases. If you're a fan of vintage Dragon military figures, this release represents an important piece of Dragon's early World War II lineup. Overall, Dragon's Ukraine 1944 Wehrmacht Sniper Ernst remains an excellent vintage 1/6 scale military figure. For collectors of vintage Dragon World War II figures, Ernst is definitely worth adding to your collection. That's all I have for this video. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another action figure review, toy hunt, convention walkthrough, or 1/6 scale collectible spotlight. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this figure? Do you have this figure? Or what other Dragon figures do you have? Or do you have any DID World War II figures? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see if maybe I have those and I can start pulling them out. As I go through my storage and start pulling out some figures to go through and check out, I am little by little going to start pulling out more and more of my Dragon figures. In fact, recently I picked up 2 more that I'm going to be doing videos on, and you'll probably see them in a haul video that I have coming up. So again, thank you so much for watching. So let's add to the action with Action Joe Figs.